The president has debunked claims against his government and those of his predecessors of refusing to engage China on talks in resolving the WPS or West Philippine Sea South China Sea territorial dispute issue. In fact, the country has always been open to do so, but cannot proceed forward with an underlying arbitrary and illegitimate argument of a 9-dash line that practically concedes the entire South China Sea to Beijing. Our Kenneth Pacienta tells us more on this and the other business deals inked by the country and Germany on the second day of the president's working visit to Deutschland.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. stands firm that the Philippines will continue to protect its right regarding the issue in the West Philippine Sea. The president said this following his meeting with Chancellor Olaf Scholz of Germany during the second day of his working visit to Berlin, Germany. According to the president, this is because it is not just an issue that only concerns the Philippines, but the entire world, especially since a large part of the world's trade goes through the South China Sea.
It's not solely the interest of the Philippines or of ASEAN or of Indo-Pacific region, but the entire world. And that's why it is in all our interest to keep it as a safe passage for all international commerce that goes on in the South China Sea.
Hence, he said it is important to reiterate and to adhere to rules that are based on international order and respect the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS.
I reiterated that the Philippines remains committed to addressing issues through dialogue and consultation. Yet the Philippines, like any sovereign state, will continue to firmly defend its sovereignty, its sovereign rights and jurisdiction in accordance with international law.
The chief executive also debunked the claim that the Philippines has refused any maritime proposal from China. The president clarified that the proposals made by China were not to the best interest of the Philippines.
That premise that China has made is that their territory is, follows what is now described as a 10-dash line. This is not recognized by any country, any international body, certainly not by the Philippines. Our baselines have been well established for years now. We have the economic zone that China has already intruded upon. And until that premise that China has made in terms of all its discussions with the Philippines, then it's very difficult to see a way forward, because it is, for myself, for example, as I always explain, when I took office, I took an oath to defend and support the Constitution of the Philippines. The first article of the Constitution of the Philippines is the article that describes and defines the territorial area, maritime and land-based territory of the Philippines. And it is my duty, I have no choice but to defend that, and we will continue to do that.
Aside from the issue of the West Philippine Sea, the chief executive also discussed defense and economic cooperation. Meanwhile, $4 billion or 220 billion pesos worth of business deals were signed following the working visit of the president in Berlin. The signed memorandum of agreements and letters of intent of the deals were presented to the president. It covers sectors in healthcare, agriculture, automobiles, among others. Although the country has potential investors already, the president emphasized in front of German business leaders, as the first president to visit Germany after 10 years, that the government continues to take steps to become an investment hub, especially with Germany being a European country with the largest economy.
We are grateful for the interest of German companies to support the Philippines' commitment to sustainability and climate resiliency through the renewable energy investments that we receive and were accounted as the top sector from Germany in 2023.
So the president insists that the Philippines has established some energy transition policies to help the Philippines become more energy efficient. The chief executive also pointed out that the government is trying to reduce carbon emissions in the country's economy by developing programs to achieve it.
I have high hopes that we can welcome the opportunity for greater cooperation on climate change and energy transition. Aligned with our efforts on decarbonization, we are positioning ourselves as a regional hub for smart and sustainable manufacturing. And to achieve this, we are at the forefront of attracting sustainability-driven strategic investments powered by renewable energy.
The President also announced some government steps regarding investment, including the amendment of several laws to strengthen investment in the country, including the Public Service Act, Retail Trade and Liberalization Act, and the Renewable Energy Act, as well as speeding up business registration and establishing ease of doing business.
I invite esteemed German business leaders to continue to keep in mind the Philippines as a reliable partner that can support your market expansion and your operations. We remain steadfast in our commitment to purposeful reforms, evident in key legislative amendments, amendments to the Public Service Act, Foreign Investments Act, Retail Trade and Liberalization Act, and Renewable Energy Act mark a new era for strategic investments.
The President also introduced some fiscal incentive structures and some policies including public-private partnerships, which play a big role in investment. This also includes the establishment of the Maharlika Investment Fund, which only shows the Philippines' dedication to improving the country's economy.
We prioritize the ease of doing business, exemplified by efforts to simplify tax payments and to streamline regulations, showcasing our unwavering support for businesses. Executive Order number 18, which I have also signed, establishes green lanes for strategic investments, and it simplifies procedures and reduces bureaucratic hurdles that a potential investor might have to face.
Efforts to boost a digital economy is ongoing. So the President hopes that the second session of the Philippines-German Joint Economic Commission in Manila this month will be productive and emphasize that the Philippines will support any investment that Germany places in the country to build stronger economic ties between the two countries.
The members of my economic team will ensure that the support needed for growing your investments is extended in a timely and comprehensive way. Together with you, as our strategic partner, we can make these investments happen in the Philippines.
From Berlin, Germany, Kenneth Pasyente from the National TV Network for a new and better republic.